Hello, I am Reverend Irene Smith, and I'd like to welcome you to Generationally Speaking. Here at the table, we come and we discuss life issues, no matter what they might be. As we sit at the table with each generation, we all learn, we all grow, we all are inspired. Generationally Speaking.
Welcome back to the J Podcast Sports Show. I'm Jason. I'm here with my special guest, a good friend of mine since when I was way young, since I was in high school. I have a friend who's been with the Buffalo Bills fan base as a real fan since the early 90s. He is true and authentic. He did not just come around. He is from the losing to the winning. I want to introduce my good friend, Austin Stancil.
How y'all doing? Like you say, true Buffalo Bill fans. Ever since 4 Super Bowls lost, I'm not going nowhere. Bills Mafia to the day that I die. And we gonna represent Bills. Let's do this.
That is right. That's right. I want to first thank you, Austin, for coming on, being a guest on the show.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. You are always there for me, and I really do appreciate you coming out and showing your expertise.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime.
In the Bills world. So as we just started off right now, we just see that Cam Ward went number 1. How do you feel about that? And do you think that the Tennessee Titans did the right thing by picking a quarterback at number 1?
Definitely, yes. after that debacle with Mason Rudolph and Will Levy, yes, that's an excellent choice for them. That's an excellent choice for them.
Yes. I do believe that that's going to be a good path going forward with them. I think that they will begin to pick up some wins early on in the season. Hopefully, the transition for Cam will be seamless and he'll be able to just fall in line and really show the Tennessee Titans that he is a leader from the University of Miami. I think that their record this year was kind of indicative of the situation with Will Levy and Mason Rudolph. And I think, like you said, that it was time to see something else at that level at quarterback. So I do think that this is a beginning good part for them and moving forward. What do you believe in this draft is the position that will help a lot of teams change their future? Do you believe the quarterback position is still as important as it was when we were younger, or do you think there's other positions that have gotten a little bit more important?
I would say now, tight ends. Tight ends definitely an important position right now. Most teams need a lot. Quarterback definitely, because now modern quarterbacks now, if you pretty much not mobile, for me it's a no-go. Nobody wants the old pocket passing no more. We need you to move around with these defensive ends, a lot quicker, linebackers, hawking. So we definitely need more mobile quarterbacks, and I'm definitely prepared to see what this season gonna bring to us.
Yeah. I do think that the mobile quarterback is a good trait you just brung up there, because I do think when you see the guys like Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, those guys who are able to effectively hurt your team or your defense with their feet. And with someone like Josh Allen, your guy, he's such a athletic and big guy that it's very hard for defenders to essentially try to take down a quarterback of that size. That quarterback is a very, very dangerous quarterback. I call him the white Cam Newton. He's very efficient when it comes to throwing the ball down the field. And because you can't blitz him, because if you miss, he can throw the ball at all levels on the field. I think that is a very good point you brought up about the mobile quarterback being the new trend. As we start right now, as we continue, we see that the Jaguars are actually on the clock right now. Who do you think they might look forward to, and who you think they draft as far as going forward? You got any predictions for the Jacksonville Jaguars?
As I see right now, they definitely need somebody on defense. Wow. So as we all see, they have gotten themselves a Jew.
Oh, yes.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, yes.
A dual position player.
Yes.
You haven't seen one of them ever since Cordell.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cordell Stewart, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
Yep.
And this right now, I would love to see what he's going to focus on. Is he going to focus more on the offense or the defense side?
I think that's a very good question when you look for as far as their scheme in Jacksonville. What is the essential position, or will they actually try to do the dual thing with a cornerback receiver playing continuously all those snaps? I would think that he would play probably a corner a little bit more, and maybe have some packages to come in at receiver, maybe third down packages. But I don't know. I might be correct. I think if he shows he's capable of playing the receiver position at a very high level, I do think that they will figure out a way to get him on the field on both sides of the ball, whether it be defensive or offense.
I just don't want Jacksonville to wear him out.
Yeah.
He's new. I don't want Jacksonville to wear his young brother out. But I do know he will make an impact to this team. This Trevor Lawrence definitely will have some targets now. If he's playing more on the offensive side, I think this will turn out great.
Yeah, we got Brian Robinson Sr. As the last year's weapon, and now you have Travis Hunter coming in. Their offense now should not stall out the way it did this previous year. This should be something I think that will rejuvenate the Jaguars as far as maybe making a solid run against the Texans. With this pick, do you see them taking over away from the Houston Texans and those guys, or do you think they need a little bit more in this draft before we start talking about?
Yeah, they're gonna need a little bit more. Yeah, they're gonna need a little bit more weapons before they can get to that point. I would say give them about a year, get their chemistry a little bit better.
All right. I do think that division is a kind of weird division because you have the Texans there, and I think they are the creme de la creme to beat. Jacksonville is all about Trevor Lawrence. He has to be consistent.
Stay healthy.
He's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay consistent. His play can't have these drop-offs at times in critical moments. He can't be throwing these late boneheaded interceptions. He has to really have some ideas about where he wants to go with the ball. Now that he has two wide receivers, he has the running back. I do think that this offense should be able to put points on the board. Now, I don't know how good their defense is going to be, but their offense should put some points on the board.
Say defense mid-grade. Not too bad, not too bad, but as you can see throughout the season, offense, they put up points, but not enough.
Yeah, it's definitely not enough, and it wasn't enough this previous year. As we await the Giants, I wanted to get your opinion on Shannon Sharpe and everything that was going on with that situation. What is your opinion about Shannon Sharpe? And if everyone doesn't know, I'll do a quick rundown real quick. Shannon Sharpe was approached with a lawsuit from a Tony Busby representing a 23-year-old OnlyFans model. This lawsuit effectively has Shannon Sharpe stepping away from his position at ESPN, at least until the beginning of the football season this year in preseason. With that said, what do you feel about that, and how are you coming forward?
Sad. My intake on this is, to me, once the pen hit the paper, then all these allegations comes out. You know, before this, nothing goes on, but now he has a big offer for $100 million, and now everybody wants to come out the woodwork. You know, once the money is involved, the ball drops. Before that, everything was guns and roses. Everything was good. Uncle Shay Shay, you know, Club Shay Shay, Shannon, look here, brother, I love you. You know, continue your thing, and like they say, nobody's guilty. we don't know nothing. All we hear is messages. Like you said, he's not guilty. So until then, yes, you have to step out the limelight until everything closes. But I think you give him a while, Shannon will be back.
Yeah, I think the one thing that is in Shannon's favor is that this attorney does have a past with litigation against black men of power. We know about the Jay-Z situation with Tony Bugsby having to dismiss the case, getting his case dismissed against Jay-Z, and Jay-Z not found liable of any kind of misdeed at all. So I am looking forward in the future of when, if this even goes to trial, I want to make sure we all know this is not criminal. This is more of just a lawsuit kind of thing. It's not a criminal lawsuit. So hopefully Shannon will be able to figure it out. He said he's going to take some time, chill with some family. I think that's not a bad idea. To interrupt now with the draft, the Giants have chosen Abdul Carter, the Penn State outside linebacker rusher.
Got them an edge rusher.
He got them an edge rusher. Now, Austin, you know Delonte Wesley, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know Delonte Wesley. Delonte, if you're watching right now, this is what our friend Delonte watched. I'm gonna tell you what Delonte bet me. He bet me, Austin. So we're gonna hold him accountable. All of you are watching, you're gonna hold him accountable. Delonte Wesley at Instagram. Delonte bet me that the Giants were gonna take a quarterback. And he said, if the Giants take a quarterback, I would have to say on my broadcast that he is the genius. And I am just a peasant who knows no bound of football knowledge. But that didn't happen, Austin. As we see, Abdul Carter was chosen by the Giants, and he was supposed to be here to say the exact same thing in front of my airway when I told him they weren't going to pick a quarterback. And as we see, they pick Abdul Carter. First of all, so let me get your opinion about this. How do you feel about Abdul Carter as we see this highlights? I think the NFC East just became a little bit more interesting.
Now, as y'all progress, y'all will see the debate is coming between Delonte Wesley and Mr. Jason Ford. Yes, sir. So also you'll see Edward Whitehead. It's gonna be a big debate. This is gonna be serious.
Commander fans.
But as I say, now they have somebody to chase down these quarterbacks.
Yes.
So Delonte, I know you watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sincere, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You got somebody that's chasing down Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Edward, if you're watching me,
Jaden Daniels. Got somebody
I love I love JD. You got an edge rusher for him now. So things about to get a little serious over there in that division.
Yeah, I do like the Giants getting Abdul Carter. I wonder what they're going to do with Thibodeau. I wonder if they trade Thibodeau throughout this draft in the first round, maybe. Do you think they'll move him somewhere? Because if they are moving him, there's a team I know that might be interested in a premier defensive end that we would love to have. So hopefully, John Lynch, if you're hearing this pod, please get on the phone right now. Call Giants, see if you can make a trade. I'm pretty sure it now you probably get Thibodeau for about a third rounder. Give him a third rounder, bro. Just get player. We need help on the defensive end. We've gotten rid of everyone. John, do something. So, back to what I was saying. Now this is just when we just brung up, just showed us on the screen. I guess our next fire topic. Where do you think Shador's going? I tell you that I didn't think, not because I don't think Shador's not good. I do think he's a good player. I do think that he can bring some good qualities to any franchise that he goes to. I believe that he's a certain style of quarterback. Mm-hmm. I don't think that he has the arm some people might think he has, but I do think he does have some traits that can win in the NFL. Where do you think he's going, and do you think he's kind of getting the unfair rap with just being confident and a little bit, boastful and prideful?
Very interesting to see where he's going. Definitely being a Sanders.
Yes.
I know you all heard through the grapevine that Vegas wanted him. I don't think he's going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a difficult one.
It's definitely tough.
A lot of teams.
It's definitely tough.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks. I like Shador,
Yeah.
but will I think he'd be a prime-time quarterback? In my opinion, from 1 to 10, I'll give Shador. I love you, brother. I'll give you 7.
Yeah, I do. You know, the funny thing about Shador is, my team, the 49ers, we made some terrible decisions in the past with trading our two number 1 picks for Trey Lance and not set our franchise back because we never got to draft those years.
Yeah.
I do think if we would have not traded those picks and maybe got to draft some lineman help, this draft, I could see Kyle Shanahan picking up a Shador because it would have made more sense for him this time around. I think it would have gave them a bargaining chip against Brock Purdy to not pay Brock Purdy over a certain amount of money that you don't want to pay him. But now I think because we're in the situation we're in, we couldn't draft Shador if we wanted to draft Shador because we got to get offensive tackle help. So I don't think the 49ers will take Shador. But I do have this feeling, Austin, that watch Pittsburgh. Watch the Steelers. I don't know if they'll trade up. Maybe they'll let him fall. I don't know exactly how he might land up in Pittsburgh, but I do think the Steelers are players in the Shador Sanders draft pick.
That's a competitive.
Yeah.
That's very competitive division right there.
Yeah. Can you imagine Shador, Lamar, Burrow? That would be the right there. With Steelers.
Shador he's going to have to show some talent over there.
Yeah,
he's going to have to show
Shador,
some talent.
Jackson, Burrow. Yeah. That's AFC North is. I mean, other than Cleveland. Look, you always got that one dragon, you got all the heads of the dragon, and you got the last dragon that's kind of goofy, and that's Cleveland.
I'm sorry, I can't say your name, man. You haven't showed me nothing in the last 4 years. I'm sorry, I can't say your name, man.
40 years.
Loved you when you came to the league.
That brings up a topic for me. What, as a fan, how many years of losing do you do before you say, you know what? I'm done. I'm out. Is it 40? I think if I was a Browns fan about now, I think I'd be kind of browned out. I don't know, man, because I think the Deshaun Watson thing would have probably been like, not than the last straw. It's already bad. We can't find a quarterback. And then we got one that can't keep his hands to himself. And then what can we do right in Cleveland? Do we do anything right? I just figure that's the franchise that, I think every franchise has that moment when they do something right and it keeps you energized. Even if they go back to losing, They do something right that gives you just that bolt of energy to keep you going if you had to go back into the losing. They don't have that. There's not one little island of life.
Sell a stadium, sell a team, or clean out their front office.
I would definitely think about a sell or a change in ownership, because we did see that the Commanders changed ownership and it instantly brung
DC, great job at that.
Yes.
Great job.
Yes.
Great job.
Yes. So the next pick on the draft we see right now, Will Campbell, LSU offensive tackle. If you don't know about Will Campbell, he's a nice lineman. He is, by some people's definition, he has short arms. I personally don't get into that. He can anchor real good. He's a person that is very good when it comes to pass protection. He's a person that can really get down the field when it comes to run blocking. He is a leader, a captain on the LSU offense. So, Austin, what do you feel about the pick for who are we up with? Is this the Bizarre or someone else? How do you feel about Will Campbell, and what are you seeing from him at tackle?
Great blocker. It's going to open up some holes. If the Browns thing with him and Nick Chubb, he lead Nick Chubb, then yes, we just talked about Cleveland. You may have something on the rushing attack. Please, y'all, as we just said, rushing attack. Nothing about the air, nothing about passing, but the rushing attack.
And so I think that is, I'm going to make sure we are getting our, so that was the Patriots. So I like that. So as a Buffalo fan.
Yeah. Now I have to chime in. Bills Mafia, please, y'all don't get mad at him. Please, Bills Mafia, don't get mad at him. We already don't have a line. As you see, we got Bosa. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, but not cheers. Our weakest on our team is the defense. Now, you know, you the young gun on the Patriots. Been owning us for, I can't even tell you how many years. It's been forever. Ever since he played, after he left, we get it back.
Yeah,
you know.
he did. Yeah.
Now, you know, I can't. Well, I'm sorry, Bills Mafia. Like I say, until I die, but we need to get somebody on that line. We need to definitely get somebody on that line. We got Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau. I mean, people just been running over us. You know what I'm saying? Running through the gap on us. I mean, we suck on the line of the gap. And now New England added an offensive tackle. You know, now I'm shake over here. I'm starting to shake over, see what we gonna do. But it's a good pick for New England, you know, and unfortunately, it's a long time before we get a pick, and we still going on the division.
Yeah,
we still going on the division.
You know, that said is absolutely true. I like the pick for the Patriots. I think this is a good start for their young quarterback to get him some protection.
I like Drake. Man.
Right. Drake is going to be okay, but as Austin said, the division still goes upstate New York. That's just, you know.
Sean McDermott, if you hear me, please, we need a defense. We also need a defensive coach, please. You can't do it.
Isn't Sean McDermott supposed to be the defensive guy?
Yes, he can. He do it.
Man.
He can't do it.
That's a lot to take on your plate.
Get out,
to be the head
coach, being the head coach and the defense coach. He can't do it.
So he does both. He has the title of defensive coordinator and the head coach.
Play your one position. And
he's you guys' Kyle Shanahan of defense. Yeah, I know how that feels. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes us feel bad. I feel bad, but we still gonna run that division.
Yeah, I think you're lucky. You have the Jets, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and then it's the Bills, who I think still are at least a mile and a half away from everyone else in this division. Hopefully, the Patriots will start to build upon this as a start. But as you said, there's a long way to go before they get to where they need to get to. So I guess another topic we'll talk while the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. Pictures of the draft girlfriends. Do you think we'll see? Who do you think will get? As far as like the young women who are overly excited, how many of those, give or take, plus or minus 5, do you think you'll see in the dress? Seeing already. Oh, Mason Graham. Okay, so Cleveland making a good pick. The pick just in for Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are going to select Mason Graham. This pick gets me excited just because it's Mason Graham, and I didn't really want the 49ers to pick him. But my good friend Austin is a diehard fan of the University of Michigan, and he is a University of Michigan player. So
Go blue.
So Austin, you see when you're looking at these highlights of Mason Graham, what do you think that the Cleveland Browns will be getting this year? And do you think this will help with Myles Garrett and helping that defensive line get better and stay competitive?
Now, Cleveland defense wasn't the defense the problem.
Yeah.
The Browns, they do have a shutdown defense, and adding to Myles Garrett, now you got to watch out for him. So that's definitely going to leave Myles open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Cleveland doing that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Yeah, that's all to the Browns.
Yeah, I do think for Cleveland to have some interior rush in the inside is a very good thing. I think that you're going to have someone like Myles Garrett come from the outside, have someone like Brandon Graham rush the inside. As Austin just said, the problem with their team really wasn't the defense. So
not at all.
Mason is a start, and I do think it will pay off on defense. We'll see about the quarterback situation and the man, Deshaun Watson, and we'll see if he can, whoever the quarterback is. I think Deshaun Watson got hurt, so whoever the quarterback who's going to play this is, we'll see.
Thompson.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cleveland fans. I've been keep the ball on the ground.
Keep hope alive.
Keep the ball on the ground.
There you go.
Just keep the ball on the
Run
ground.
the ball and hopefully you can your defense for to end games for you. But Cleveland is just Cleveland, and I hate to be the guy, but yeah,
your division is too competitive.
It's one of those divisions you can't have a front office that is just incompetent. Like incompetence in that division, it just sets you behind so much, and you can't be incompetent when you're trying to catch someone like Baltimore, who has a very competent front office, and you have the Steelers that are also competent. So it's almost like, you know, how long are you want to depend on the Bengals for, you know, not having a defense? Because eventually they'll go get a defensive player or two, and then they'll be competitive, and then there'll be 3 competitive teams, and you'll just still be Cleveland and the Browns.
Let's not forget Nick Chubb. One more injury.
Yeah, that was
and then that's more injury. That's it. You know, but Cleveland, if Cleveland, y'all watching, just give me your intake on this. You know, love your defense, offense. You guys couldn't buy 21 points if you wanted to.
Yeah, that Cleveland team just it you know how I say that you can't get any worse once you get to a point. It's like you've gotten as low as you've gotten, and I think they're at that point now. I think it can it get worse?
It can.
Okay.
It can.
Okay. Can get worse, Cleveland fans, and good luck.
You know when it can get worse? If they didn't have nobody.
Yeah.
Didn't have nobody.
I think they're probably better off with having you out there.
I go.
I mean,
that and pick rate come up.
Interesting pick.
I hope you watching.
Let's talk about another one of our good friends, DeAndre Grant. I'm gonna shout you out, DeAndre Grant. This is your team is on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders. I'm hearing they get the running back. What do you think, Ashton Genty? What do you think?
Oh, if they get Ashton Genty, I would like for you to call if you guys get Ashton Genty.
Oh, is that him? I think that's him. I think they did get Ashton Genty.
Mr. Grant, if you're watching right now, you can give us a call and give us your intake on this, because I know you and Jason, again, the debate. Just you guys, this is just the beginning. The debate is coming. Ashton Genty for the Raiders is definitely a great pick.
Yeah, I think Ashton Genty for the Raiders is a very good pick. You know, I wanted the Commanders to trade up and get him. I thought because I think the Commanders, Jaden Daniels might more than likely was sophomore slump. Let's just be real. It's most quarterbacks. There's a slump. It just comes with the territory. I believe that if the Commanders go after a top tier running back, that's something that helps a young quarterback when they go through that period of their career. I would have loved to see that for the Commanders, for them to trade up and go get a young man like this. But we'll see. There's plenty of depth at running back this year in the draft. You don't necessarily got to go get a first round running back. I've normally been against the first round running back because I just think that position is always there's always a lot of depth in drafts when it comes to running back. So I always think you should just wait it out into the second round. But I do think this is a good pick for the Raiders. DeAndre, as Austin said, let us know how you feel. You can reach out at any time just to let us know that you feel great about the pick or you don't. So we'll be interested to talk today one day when we get him in here and see how he feels about this pick. But the young man, he's a very good running back. You're talking about someone who has great vision, someone who can catch the ball out the backfield. He can, he's not being taken the first hit. He can make you miss. He is probably one of the most dynamic running backs in like the first, I want to say like the last 3 to 4 drafts where I can say this running back is at least the Saquon Barkley draft where I can say this running back is dynamic, and I haven't seen anything like that college since Saquon. So
Good on his feet. Good.
very good on his feet. He doesn't go down by first contact. He's so low and centered that you just don't take him down off the initial contact. And I do think the Raiders will benefit from someone like that who will remind them of an Emmitt Smith kind of style running back who will be able to run the ball and take pressure off the quarterback, because whoever the quarterback is.
That's where I was getting to now.
Yes.
O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, looking for a quarterback. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, because you find someone to, as far as the process with the new offense, do you think Tom Brady will be involved as far as scouting the quarterback for the Raiders?
Definitely. You got to think now, let's not forget the teams they went against: Denver, Kansas City. So it's not easy over there. So yeah, they definitely gonna need a quarterback. And I'm glad we talking about this because we have Mr. Grant calling us right now. Mr. Grant, we live.
Tell Dre to watch him out because we're live.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get. Oh, look, this is the Raider Pictures came. I'm not mad. If you got your door, I would have been mad. But send me the link, man, so I can tune in, y'all, man.
Tell him we're gonna hit you up later.
We
with
gonna
the
hit you up
link.
later with the link.
Send me the name now.
All right, we're sending it to you now.
Yeah, send the link right now, and then send the name of the podcast so I can look it up too.
All right, but right now we live right now. Can you Raider fans, how you feel? All right.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is our good friend DeAndre Grant.
He'll be here soon.
Yes, he is a character of himself, so you will be able to see this caricature of DeAndre Grant. We're really going to be growing out the sports podcast show here. I want to introduce you to my friends that we had so many wonderful debates and interesting conversations growing up. These guys helped mold a lot of the direction that I went in a positive way. So I want to really introduce everyone to these excellent young men. Well, men now, we're not young anymore. So guys are really got a lot of football knowledge. They can make you laugh also. It's going to be a very wonderful upcoming couple of here at GTV. You should change it to GTV. Generationally Speaking Television. You can find the Jason Podcast Show. We'll be under there. And we're going to be doing this every month. I try to get Austin back as much as I can. He's a busy man. He usually is working very hard. So when I can get him, I'll try to get him. But we're definitely going to be looking forward to bringing a lot more of my friends to introduce to the world and let you guys reach out to them eventually. And, if you're a Buffalo fan out there, and you want to be able to reach out to some of the guys here, especially Austin, who knows a lot about the Buffalo Bills, we'll leave his contact or his information in the link. You guys can reach out to him and link and subscribe anything that he's part of. As we continue on in the draft, another thing I wanted to talk to you about, Austin, is we haven't seen any offensive linemen. We only saw one offensive lineman with Will Campbell. Do you think there will be a run on the offensive lineman, or do you think the defensive lineman will pick up in the top 10?
I think it would be more defense, but judging from last season, I will go for more of the line. It was a lot of sacks last season.
Yeah.
A lot of sacks last season.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if they giving chances. I can't say what teams giving privileges, but personally, some guys don't take the O-line seriously. But trust me, coming from seeing my quarterback running for his life the last couple of seasons, offensive linemen, tackles, and guards, yes, y'all, please pick these guys up.
So as Austin, are you a fortune teller? So as Austin was right now and telling everyone that he believed the offensive linemen were going to be the ones coming up for the run, the Jets picked Mimbu from the University of Missouri, offensive tackle. And when you see this young man, Austin, do you believe that this for the Jets is a starting point for their offense, something they can now build a quarterback around as far as having protection and being able to protect the quarterback and run the ball?
They should be. He'll be a great addition. You know, I know you got Justin Fields. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll work out great. Jets offense wasn't that bad. It's just, and guys, don't debate me. It's just Aaron Rodgers. He was. Yeah. It's when it's your time, it's your time. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. You did great, but like I say, this is a new league. You have to be mobile. Yeah. You have to be mobile. You have to be able to move around. Yes. You have to be able to move around. Now you have Justin Fields. You still have Breece Hall in the backfield. Yes. So yeah, it's gonna get a little serious. You know, I'm sad to see Devontae Adams go, but it's the game. The game is the game.
Yeah, I do think Membu he's an offensive tackle that has long arms. He's a very long arm tackle. He can really he has good feet work. I would like for him to get a little bit better with his technique. Sometimes he'll let his technique so that he'll reach a little bit more than he needs to. But when he and his technique is solid and how he moves, he is probably one of the strongest linemen coming out in the first round this year. I like it for the Jets. I think the Jets now have a cornerstone, more than likely left tackle, to begin the build to put a quarterback on that offense. The question I have now is, do they go forward with Justin Fields, or do they continue looking for a quarterback in this draft later on? And
great question.
Do you believe that we look for a quarterback in this draft, or do you say, you know what, we'll draft every other position, we'll wait till next year and see if we can get a first round quarterback out of better selection?
I probably will wait till next year just so they can get a better quarterback. But the answer to that, I don't think Justin Fields is the answer for the Jets. Yeah. You know, just a blowback for next season. Yeah. You know, just to help them out, build some chemistry, you know. Then when they get a quarterback, then they can go from there. But definitely now, he's not the answer. And technically speaking, Bill Mafia, we definitely don't want him to be the answer, because we're going to have somebody to chase him down now. Yeah. Because he's a mobile quarterback. And again, I love you, Justin, but brother, you're going to have to go.
Yeah, I think I've noticed your division has this year seemed to trapping safe, smart picks. You know, you saw Cleveland, you know, pick who they pick as far as Travis Hunter, I think they picked.
No, Cleveland got they got Travis.
They got Travis, I think. No, Jacksonville got Travis. I'm sorry, Jacksonville got Travis. So you do see the North, as far as the NFC South, and AFC East getting a lot more better on the interior. And I find that interesting with Membu and the Patriots getting Will Campbell. I find that very interesting that now they feel like, because I don't think they had anyone to block Mr. Oliver. I think Oliver was causing a lot of chaos on the lines, and I think you kind of seeing people prepare for Oliver in your division. You know, it's coincidental, but you know, 2 tackles, Jets, you see him twice a year, so they feel like you guys got a defense. At least you got a defensive line.
They building around us.
Yeah, you have to be able to protect yourself from the number 1 alpha dog in the division. If you don't, you know, good luck. I would love to see, in a couple of picks, the Panthers on the clock right now. I think the Panthers are going to go Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia. That will just anger me. I wanted the 49ers to pick him. But I do think with their quarterback having a wonderful rebound, he looked like he was going to be a bust. Bryce turned it around, and I was very happy for him, man, because you don't want to see these young people looking like, and then they got to get the all the crap from the fans. So to see him turn around and have some excellent play down the stretch last year was very encouraging. I would love to know what they do this year in the draft. I would love to see them go after the tight end, maybe get him some help. I don't think they will. I think they will go defense. What do you think the Panthers do, and do you think they go offense or defense?
I will go defense. Panthers, it was a rough season last year, so I want to go defense because defense was stepping it up, And say Bryce, he had a great comeback year. Round of applause for Bryce.
Yes.
Chuba Hubbard.
Yes.
No words for you, brother.
Yes.
You did your thing. You did your thing.
Yes.
So I would love to see them get a defense, and we would love to see more than 5 games this year.
Yes. So the Panthers selected McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona. Now, to give you a little bit of insight on him, I watched some of his games. He's a big receiver. He's pretty fast. I don't want to see. He's not, not a blazer, but he's slow. He does catch the ball well. When I see a big receivers who are aggressive and want the ball, especially in college when you're that big, I didn't really see that with him. He's a polished, somewhat route runner. He needs to get a little bit better as far as some of his routing tree, but the potential's there. And if he wants to, put a little bit more work in, I think that he will, be a good pick for the Carolina Panthers. But what do you think, Austin? When you what is your opinion about a wide receiver early, and do you have any reservations about drafting wide receivers early, or do you think there should be a certain wide receiver you get, or does the wide receiver have to come out and stand out as an elite prospect for you to get a wide receiver in the top 10? What is your thoughts on that? Because I think that, wide receivers can be hit and miss, and it's like we've seen the Detroit Lions pick 4 wide receivers before they got to Calvin Johnson. So what do you think the wide receiver this early is for the Carolina Panthers? Do you think it was a good pick?
I say yeah. They, like you said, I guess they figure now they got everything loaded up far as, backfield, quarterback, like you say, tight end needs some help. And they want to see themselves with a receiver. But like you say, seeing a lot of clips, he needs a little bit more speed over there in that division. He's going to have to be a go-getter. He's going, like you say, you're going to have to take advantage over in that division.
Yeah.
Number one thing, chemistry.
Yes.
Chemistry. Bryce Young, you can build some chemistry with this young man. You may have something going. Yes. Definitely need to see you get through, training camp. Definitely need to see you be healthy through preseason. Definitely, I'm excited to see what he do.
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting new combination. I think the NFC South has gotten young quarterback with receivers. Interestingly, you had Atlanta last year with the quarterback they drafted to back up Kirk Cousins. Now you have Bryce Young, who's still young, and now you have a receiver coming in. And I think, as I see it, the NFC South, who once upon a time was laughed about, might be just a little bit more competitive now. So we'll see going forward as far as can the Saints match the Panthers as far as getting a draft pick that can come in and contribute. I do think McMillan hopefully will get better with his route running in the offseason, maybe fine-tune some things in the offseason with some routes that he runs. But I do think that they can be competitive. I do think Bryce Young is he's a prospect now. He's actually on your radar now. Between Atlanta and Carolina, and you don't want to forget about Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay.
let's definitely not forget about
Yeah,
that.
let's not forget about Tampa Bay. So I think that division is a lot more better, man. I think they are a lot more better than they were going into this draft, and I think it'll be very interesting this season as we keep an eye on them, what actually transpire.
Tampa Bay with the experience in that division, so
Yes,
it's very interesting to see. You know, these guys they're going to get schooled.
now on the clock right now we have Saints. This is one of my teams. I say, is it Shador? Does Shador go to the Saints?
And I see Shador with the Saints.
Do you see Shador with the Saints? We have Derek Carr right now. Derek Carr announced that he had a shoulder injury that will require surgery.
Should he go with the Saints?
Should the Saints draft Shador Sanders at number 9?
I'm trying to picture Shador in New Orleans. I'm trying to, throwing his old age. I'm trying to picture it. I think it'll be a good look. You don't want to see Shador in the Bayou? Well, you know. I think he needs to go somewhere they really, really need. I know the Saints need a quarterback, but I don't think they really need Shador.
I would prefer him go somewhere like Pittsburgh. I think Mike Tomlin is just a better coach. I would want to see him around. I have nothing against the Saints. Saints fans, are you watching? I'm sorry. Oh man, so the Saints just chose one of the 49ers prospects, Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas, the wonderful young offensive tackle. As they began to show his highlights, I'll just tell you what I've seen. And Austin, you can see their highlights, tell me what you see. But I see Kelvin Banks Jr. He's a young man that is very physical. He has all the traits of an offensive tackle. He's tall, he's long, he's big, he can move his feet. He also is a tackle who can get on you as far as the run is concerned. He's very, very physical. He played in the SEC. He begins the premier pass rushers coming out of the SEC division, whether it was Georgia, whether it was LSU, all the pass rushers he played against. He held his own. He was a very, very, very good left tackle for the University of Texas. I think this is a surprise pick for the Saints, but I don't think it was a unwise pick.
You don't think it was a smart pick?
No, I think it was wise. I think it was something that they had to do. I think this is one of those things, because I wanted our team to pick them. And if you need a tackle like we were, we had Trent Williams, and Trent's getting older, he's not getting younger. And I think this young man is a great piece to forward with Kelvin Banks Jr. to go forward with as far as building your offensive line. Now the Saints have him. I wish the 49ers would have got him, but everything you saw in his highlight package, what do you believe? Do you think the Saints got it right? Or do you think
he'll do good. Coming from Texas, they know how to they know how to breed some. They know how to breed some linemen and defensive tackles. It's not easy playing. It's not easy playing for Texas. So them coming out of there, that's a great pick. New Orleans, I don't want y'all to forget that you still need somebody to throw the ball. Derek Carr, like you say, not going to, like you say, don't want to see Shador over there, but you guys, don't forget you need a quarterback this season, because you're going to have to do a little bit better than the line. I guess Alvin Kamara, Father Time, Mother Time, Father Time, it's getting close. It's getting close. It's time.
Yeah. That with everything, the Saints is just about trying to get younger now. They got to get younger. They got to get younger. They're better than you, and y'all are probably about the same age.
Yeah.
So you probably need to start getting younger before they start trying to get younger on you. So I do believe the Saints did pick a good pick with Kelvin Banks Jr. Excellent pick, good pick. I'm gonna reward that with a high B+. That's a start for your offensive line. Hopefully you guys now will find a quarterback. Keep your eyes on Jackson Dart and some of the other late round quarterbacks, people they were talking about in this draft for the Saints. Now everyone, we're gonna keep an eye on Shador. We're just gonna, right now, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Pittsburgh. The Bears are on the clock. After the Bears will be the 49ers. After the 49ers, I guess we'll stop with our draft coverage and then we'll have an overview of the draft picks. Next month, we'll get Austin and DeAndre and everyone in here to talk about their draft picks and what they feel like their draft picks will bring to the upcoming season. Anything they hear out of OTAs, while they've been monitoring their OTAs and their off-season program information. So right now, it's just getting back into the swing of football. It's the off-season swing. You have the front office now showing their side of the game, which is getting the rosters loaded, getting the depth charts assigned, and then we can start getting the players out on the field when it comes to the mini camps, OTAs, and training camp. So it's going to be a fun NFL season. I'm going to have everyone back here. We're going to have record predictions. I'll ask the guys what they believe their record will be in the upcoming season. And then we'll track it. You know, at the end of the season, we'll come back together. We'll look at the tape and we'll say, okay, what you said then and what are you saying now, kind of something.
It's going to be a great season.
It's going to be a great season. The Bears pick will be coming in momentarily. I think they will go tight end. I think they will go Tyler Warner. That's who I believe they will pick from Penn State. I believe that tight end for their quarterback will be their pick. Or it could be Loveland, which will make two University of Michigan players in the top 15 of the draft.
Round of applause for you, Caleb.
Round of applause, yes.
Good season, good season.
DMV product, Caleb Williams is...
your attitude a little bit.
Yeah.
Just need you to work on your attitude a little bit.
Yeah, don't let them frustrate you too much, Caleb. You know, don't let them frustrate you too much. It's the process of becoming a professional quarterback is not easy.
Definitely in Chicago.
Definitely in Chicago, it's not easy.
It's happened for a long time.
It's not easy, bro. Keep your head up. Don't let them fall down. You're doing right. You're a good representative from the DMV. Continue to just keep working hard every day. Keep getting better and better each bit. You'll be all right. But I think if they get them a tight end, I think they will start to winning. Do I think that they have enough to beat Detroit? Not right now. But I do think it's a start. And I said, look what I just said. So
you predicted.
The Bears just chose Colston Loveland, University of Michigan. How do you, first of all, as a Michigan a lover of their football program, does it make happy to see two the Michigan players going in the top 15? What does that say about your program? That says you guys are doing
a lot.
Top two.
That says a lot. Go blue. One more time.
Man, that's two players in the top 15. That's pretty good for a program. That's pretty good.
Like I say, tight end position is very important now. Again, in the day, it was just a blocking position, but now you pretty much a wide receiver. That's pretty much what it is. With no tight end, it makes a difference. Yeah,
it really does help open the middle of the field.
Yes.
And when you're talking about a young quarterback, I think that's another position that the Commanders will go after this year. A tight end for Jaden Daniels. I think when you having a young quarterback, you want to make sure he has a safety blanket for the tight end. And as you see with Loveland, he's a very, very, very underrated blocker, but he's a very smooth route runner, which a lot of people, I think, underestimate. And you start to see now why these Michigan players are going in the top 15, because you guys really did good with the program this past year, and with those players stayed when Jim left. So I really got to tip my hat to the Michigan program, everything they do up there.
Very dangerous with a tight end with fancy footwork.
Yes.
That can get away, that can beat a linebacker.
Yep.
You don't see so many tight ends like that. You see your big, bulky tight ends that could just, run you over and then take over. But, a tight end with some speed, with some fancy footwork, that's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Let's go, Caleb. Let's see what you can do.
Yes. On the clock now.
It's the 49ers.
The 49ers.
For my brother,
As a fan of the 49ers, I'm going to go either corner, Jaron Byrne, or they had this guy named, I think Nate Zappel or something. Zappel. I gotta look at this guy. I think his name is like Zappo or something like that. Let me see. His name is Greg Zabel. He's a guard. I looked at his highlight. First, I hated the pick because I just heard his name and I just hated the name. Yeah. Don't you hate when I said that name?
Yeah, that's just,
just the name.
It's
the name. It's unfair, it's biased, and I literally had to go watch his highlight for the Senior Bowl. And to his credit, he really held his own against the Senior Bowl class. Yeah. He did his thing. Playing against in North Dakota State. I mean, I'm not here to bash North Dakota State, but I just don't believe that you're learning everything you need to learn in North Dakota State.
It's not. The experience over there is. Yeah. It's not the same.
Not D1 caliber experience that you're getting. Yeah. So if you find something over there, you better test it thoroughly.
More like Canadian football.
Yeah. You have to really test. That division of football before you draft it early, because.
Let's hope it don't go that way. Let's hope it go into your favor. You get a cornerback.
I think if I was the 49ers, I would lean Jaron Barrett or Shamar Stewart, maybe. We'll see. I'm getting anxiety now. My anxiety's already kicking in.
Again.
Oh God, they're gonna do something so.
Again, we talked about it. But I say offensive line. So today we seen what?
I'm just prepared for John to do something, dude.
3 offensive line is coming out today.
Watch this. Watch us. Oh my God.
49er fans, bow your heads. As these next couple of minutes is,
I'm just for the worst right now. I don't have any hope. The best thing we can see right now is a trade out and trade back into the first, and we can log off the live and maybe we'll go home and later on see the pick. There's nothing good drafting this high for us right now.
It's not looking good.
I'm so nervous, Austin. God, this is Lynch. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, expect a phone call.
Yeah,
Delonte, I know you watching.
Yeah, Delonte, you're gonna owe me one. Delonte's gonna owe me one regardless. Don't worry, he's gonna owe me one. Delonte West is going to sit in front of our camera and call me NFL draft genius when he comes on camera.
Look forward to seeing that, Mr. West. Look forward to seeing
that. Would be funny if we drafted Shador. That would be hilarious.
That would be great.
Hilarious.
I think that would be great.
You know what?
Seconds over in San Fran.
Listen, cheap quarterback. You don't have to worry about paying him $50+ million this year.
You can go both ways.
It can go both ways.
Brock and
there you go. I like Brock Purdy. Okay, I like Brock Purdy. That ink dries from the contract about to sign. The Wolves are going to hunt. Austin, the Wolves are going to hunt. There will be that cute story of, he's just a 7th round pick. Gone. When the pen dry and the ink dries on a new contract, $5 million, $50+ million per season, no one cares about what round you were drafting anymore. That goes out the window. Now we want production. We don't care about what excuses you got. We want production. So it's going to be very interesting if we do sign Brock Purdy to a long-term contract.
Ooh. Yeah, you just put some bad luck on you.
I'm used to it now.
You say Dak.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Lord knows nobody wants that.
No, listen. Cowboy fans telling me one time that Dak was worth $60 million. I was like, Brock Purdy, no, it's not a lot of calls. There's only 2 of them, Josh and Patrick. That's it. And even then, you got to be more careful about giving them $60+ million a season. I mean, listen, Commander fans laugh, right? What do you think Jaden Daniels' price tag gonna be when it's time to pay him?
Year 4, get ready.
If the price tag right now is at $60 million and that's 1 year prior before you can actually pay Jaden Daniels. That means in 2026, 2027, his price tag could be anywhere from 62+ to 63 a year.
Somebody has to go.
So they got Mikael Williams. Okay, so Mikael Williams from Georgia.
That's your edge rusher.
You got an edge rusher. I think Mikael is an interesting pick. He's Alden Smith with no Alden Smith production. He didn't produce like Alden Smith did in Missouri. He didn't put up the numbers like Alden Smith did when he was in Missouri. But all his measurables, Alden Smith. So let me ask you, do you stick by the production, or do you look at his measurables and say, I'm going to go by his measurables? Because I think this is an interesting debate about drafting measurables over production. Which one would you go with first?
Probably production. And let's not forget, Missouri had a good season too.
Yeah.
And the defense, they was okay. Missouri defense was okay.
He's this man's from Georgia. He's a Georgia.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's Georgia, but same conference.
Bulldogs, again. Bulldogs produce great defensive linemen too.
Yeah. I think it's all about, number one, can he stay healthy? Number two, can Chris Cassert, our defensive line coach, really work with him on his pass rushing technique and tools? Like I said, the young man has all the measurables. Like, he looks like Alden Smith, but you gotta play like Alden Smith. You know what I mean? It's like, I can look like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I don't mean I'll play like Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
So I think that's the thing for Mikael that I would like to see for him.
What's your biggest challenge for him over
His biggest challenge for Mikael Williams
in your division?
in the NFC West will be, number one is the LA Rams. Sean McVay. The McVay system. They already have two nice defensive linemen that are already there with Fisk and the other young gentleman. I think they're going to probably draft some offensive line help in this draft. So I think with Mikael, he's going to have to learn to really get his pass rushing technique to a point where he can get off blocks and get around blocks, or maybe just have a list of moves and not just, you don't want to just be power, you don't want to just be finesse.
Yeah.
You want to have a little bit of either or at times. Sometimes you might go finesse, sometimes you might go power. I think that's what he's going to have to really maturate in this game. That when do you go finesse, get your finesse moves right. When you go power, how you go your power. Before we go, we'll talk about this last pick, which will be the Dallas Cowboys, Tyler Booker. Guard from the Alabama. He's a very, very big guard. He pulls, he moves people. He's one of those guys, you're on the 3-yard line, you want him on your offensive line because he doesn't go back. Yes, he doesn't go backwards, he moves forward, and whoever is in his way usually goes backwards. So do you think this was a good pick for the Cowboys, and do you think that this will help their offensive line going forward with Dak?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
There you go.
Not at all.
There you go.
Not at all. Oh, good talent.
Yeah.
Who are you blocking for?
There you go.
Give me one person. Dak. Who are you blocking for? Who backing Dak up? Is it Rush?
There you go.
Who are you blocking for? Again, running back, Dowdle. Again, who you blocking for? Great asset to a team, poor pick for the wrong team. I feel sorry for you, brother. I feel sorry for you, but
Yeah.
what can I say?
Yeah, so I want to thank everyone who tuned in today to watch the show. We're going to be putting a link to the show. I'm going to have guests on every month. I'm going to have Austin back hopefully next month. We can get his calendar situated, make sure he's free. We'll get him back. We'll talk more about the draft. We'll talk about all the other draft picks. We'll have more time to dig into all the picks that our teams pick individually, and we'll bring it to you all first, and you all will have a chance to meet the men in the family that I call family that really helped bring me up as far as, showing me what it could be and what it can look like So I really appreciate you coming out here, Austin.
Always,
Thank you, my brother. I really, really do appreciate your assistance. I want to thank all of you for watching. Please find the channel, please, on YouTube, like and subscribe. We'll put links for my man Austin and his Instagram link. If you are a Bills fan or if you just want to talk football with him, he likes to play Madden on his PlayStation network. Reach out to him. He'll play Madden against you. He doesn't mind. He doesn't care. He loves playing Madden. We are football sports fanatics here, and I plan on bringing this to you. Thank you, everyone. GSTV, thank you all for having my sports show, the spot podcast and show. I want to thank Wesley, lovely help with setup in the studio.
Yes.
Thank you for everything that you do. We'll see you all next month. We out.
Till then.